Supersonics Money Transfer is giving you an unbeatable bonanza from now until the end of October. Yes! From now till the end of October, you stand a chance of winning a bag of rice when you receive monies in the Gambia from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, and Switzerland with Supersonics Money Transfer. Amazing! So from now till the end of October, every time you receive monies in the Gambia from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, and Switzerland, you stand a chance of winning a bag of rice. Only 100 bags available, so hurry now and be part of the 100 lucky winners in this special unbeatable bonanza from now until the end of October with Supersonics Money Transfer. Enjoy our safe, fast, reliable, and convenient money transfer service with the largest payout network in the Gambia with charges starting from $0. Yes! Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. The unbeatable bonanza with Supersonics. Download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer.
Hello and welcome to Gambia Talents TV. I am on our show, Gamshowbiz in Focus. I'm your presenter, Kalilu Banja. Tonight we have two distinguished guests in the house, Malang Fati, a seasoned music producer based in the UK and currently living in the Gambia, and also Yuva Abdoulie Jallow, the CEO of the Plug. They will be joining us tonight on this show. Gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
I would like to start with Malang. Malang, can you tell us something about yourself? What do you do and how did you come up with music production?
Hello, everyone. Assalamu alaikum to all your viewers and listeners. My name is Malang Fati. I am a Gambian. Although currently based in the UK, I do have a studio here as well and a record label. We are working with two artists. Basically, I started in the music production business about maybe 10 to 15 years ago when I was growing up here. When I finished my high school, I lived with a few musicians, and those days recording was quite a struggle. So I was the only one who didn't sing, although I was much involved in the songwriting processes, but I was not singing at all. I didn't like performing on stage and stuff. So I suggested to them that we start our own studio to cut the cost of some of the stuff, but then we didn't have a producer. So they said, well, it was your idea, so why don't you learn production? So I embarked on this beautiful journey of learning how to produce music. I've been through a lot of other masters in the game, such as MJ of Bulldog Studios back in the days. I've also gone through Hakeem of Sunland. So I basically learned through everybody that I came across, and we're here today. I have a record label called GSC Records, and we have signed two artists. We started last year in the Gambia, and we're also working with a lot of both Gambian and international musicians across the globe.
All right, thank you, Malang. So can you tell us the two artists that are under your label? Who are them?
Yeah, so at the moment I am working with Kombonka and KS. Kombonka is a hip hop / Afro-Manding artist. He does both. KS is an Afro-fusion artist. He's more on the pop and Afro-fusion side. So we've got a nice variety there where we can, touch different markets and see how it goes. So.
All right, and that is good, Malang. We also understand to the fact that you have completed your master in audio sound engineering. Can you tell us about that journey also?
So I actually have not completed my master's yet, but I finished my Bachelor of Science in Music Technology. Yeah, Bachelor of Science in Music Technology. So I am about to start my master's in sound design. So the Bachelor of Science was nice. Basically, I was in the army in the UK for about 9.5 years. So even though I was still doing music while I was in the army, I was not formally trained to be an engineer, as in going to university and graduating with a science-based degree in the job. So I thought it will be nice to polish my, off the street knowledge of music production, mixing, and mastering. So I did a 3-year Bachelor of Science program on music technology, which involved music production, mixing and mastering. I mean, all music business, different aspects of the music industry. So I finished that successfully, and now I want to take it to the next level, which is sound design. Basically, I realized in Gambia there is a lot of sound that is not being utilized. There is a lot of things here that we can use, for a lot of in many different ways in the sound world. So I thought it would be nice to, further extend my foundation, and tap into that industry and see how it will go. So I've decided to embark on a sound design masters, and I will be starting that this month actually. If I if I am able to cut short my holiday and go back to the UK.
Okay, that is very interesting. So you are telling us there is a lot of sound that is in the Gambia that we are not capitalizing on, that we are not trying to probably get into to be able to create something in production wise. But again, we have two guests. I would like to introduce the other guests now. Yuva.
It's my boss. We get nice boy.
Yeah.
Come on, put the CV with the hobby.
I will continue properly now, Yuva. I just want to say, 7 years ago, you were interviewing me on WhatsApp platform. You see, the wall, the wall is a small wall. And today, I am going to interview you.
Right.
You remember that? So I just want to say,
I remember it was
real. Yeah. So you were there. You went to study information technology and pretty much on music distribution. And you came back to Gambia and you established the Plug Inns, which is a kind of a farm that is distributing the music from the Gambia. How do you come about with all that? Can you tell the viewers something about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Abdoulie Jallow, born and raised in the Gambia. Yeah, I went to Mohammedan Primary School, then to Benjamin Deng Lower Basic, Baptist and Terraces, and then to Yusra. Yeah, and then did a couple of courses right after high school. Started working, and then entertainment. The music side, I started doing this back in 2008. So I was working with a small label, a small studio around my end called Black Fire Records. So Tambo Lador, the Joba and then started connection, meeting the right people and all that. So fast forward to 2012, I met Sister Jai. Rather. Then after you do the discourse, and then I was invited to the Moment of Truth show. That's how Wasalat came into being. So she has that plan. So and then I was into the Wasalat, and then that's how everything started. Then to 2015, when I traveled to Mozambique, then I had this idea. So like even when I was going to school, I was this tech guy. I was so interested in technology, in computers, machines, and all that. So, and then the deaf research, and then I'm still in the music, but by the time I announced I've left music promotion and all that due to family reasons. So, but then when I went to Mozambique, I was talking to a few people, and then that's how this thing, digital marketing thing, comes in, and then the music distribution thing comes in as well. So time after my door, the free site, learn about it online, the digital marketing part, got my certificates and stuff, then we just would release the Alabi song. I was talking to a Nigerian friend, You know,
Okay.
so whenever song me is not available online, you know, and I go, yeah, it's not. You know, by then streaming, this was late 2015, 2016, somewhere around that end. I'm not sure. So lay in a boy hello, hang on, my daughter from experience, you can do it. You can, it's easy, you know. You just have to be tech savvy and all that. So okay, then that's how the distribution thing comes in. So I was more into the digital marketing, that is marketing online, you know, for companies and all that. So and then I realized that these two can go together. So that's how the distribution came in, and we started in 2018.
Okay. Okay. That's a
Amazing,
wonderful
amazing.
stuff. That's a very wonderful stuff. Malang, I want to keep this conversation interactive.
Mhm.
So, you know, it's not a classroom meeting whereby, you know, only the lecturer is going to talk. You are the professionals. So we want to hear from you. So Malang, um,
Okay, sir.
the last 3 weeks,
Mhm.
we've been having members of the arts associations with us to tell us about their constraints and the things that they are doing and how they could be able to strengthen synergies to be able to take Gambian music further. But again, there has been so many queries also, not like queries, but opinions out there that says we lack capacity in every department of the music industry. So
Mhm.
now we are talking about production, and you are a producer with a master degree holder in sound engineering. So we want to know
Can I just
which kind of
can I
music.
just come in there quickly?
Okay.
Um, I'm not seeing you guys, so I don't know if that's gonna affect the output of all of this. But
No,
I'm not seeing you
they
guys.
will be bringing us. Yeah, they will be bringing
Okay,
us.
it's okay. It's still saying waiting. I just don't want everything to be waiting. But yeah, carry on. Yeah.
Yeah. So what will happen is we want to know the kind of productions that is coming out from you. What kind of influence do you have to create something which is original and cultural from the Gambia? How do you make up that?
Okay, so there is a bank and catalogs and catalogs of Gambian music from back in the days, from Vicky Blaine coming down to the likes of our grandfathers, Super Eagles, Ifang Bondi, what's it called, even Jaliba Kuyate.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of music that we can learn from, you know. And when you say Gambia, I don't look at just Banjul to Koina. I look at also Casamance, Senegal. I look at our music more from a Senegambian lens, you know.
Perspective.
So we
Yeah.
have all these amazing rhythms, amazing melodies, amazing instruments to study and incorporate into our popular music. Because obviously, at the moment, there is more popular music in Gambia, in the Gambian radios. You know, like when I say popular music, I mean, look at Jizzle, you know, look at ST, although there is cultural, but there's a lot of, 808s, hip hop clubs and stuff, you know. My artist the same, Attack, all these other artists the same, you know. So what I think we need to do more is study these rhythms, study these patterns, from the past, and try to incorporate some of these ideas in our popular music. So if you look at
Mm-hmm.
what I am doing with Kombonka, for example,
Mm-hmm.
if you listen to one of his recent tracks called Boalem, you can see there is 808 sounds, there is hi-hats, with trap patterns, but the foundation is a kutiro from the Mandinka drumming, you know.
Yeah. So it's
You can you
traditional.
can
Yeah.
you can see, yes, the foundation of the song itself is traditional, but also to be able to reach a wider market, we have put in certain patterns from like a more modern music, say like a trap. You know,
Mm-hmm.
trap is not Gambian, but trap is making millions out there. And obviously we want to keep the integrity of our music, but we want to also be, I know, yes, our music, it can still be in its original form and still appeal to, the West, like our elders have done it in the past. But there is no rules really. There's nothing stopping us from, incorporating other things that we feel, because music is
Now that
a feeling
is
thing.
right. That is
Yes.
right.
So what we are doing at GSC at the moment, we were even talking about it in our managers meeting yesterday. We want to approach the two albums we are working on for KS and Kombonka more like setting the foundation to be Senegambian grooves, Senegambian instruments, but then we want to have elements of hip hop, R&B, zouk. We want to have elements of kizomba, in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't have to struggle a lot. You don't have to calculate too much. Once you hear the music, there is at least one or two elements in there that is from your side of the world. If not in that song, but there will be a song or two in the album that will have elements that somebody from somewhere in the world, different, far away from Gambia, will be able to relate to immediately. And then before they even work out that the foundation of this song is foreign. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that.
So yeah, that's what we are
that is a
working
good
on.
idea. That's a good
Yes.
idea, like a fusion of the Western genre and at the same time the African genre, fusing them together to be able to form what you call a sound. And then this sound can be appealing to both the African and also the European or the American.
Yeah.
But now the question here goes to you again.
Okay.
Because you are the producer. What about the compositions? How do you make the compositions? Are you hiring African composers to be able to do that? Or are you digitally making that possible?
Okay. So sometimes what I do is I write the song, say the music part of it, because my artists, Alhamdulillah, they always write their songs. Most of the time they write all the songs, and I might just chip in a couple of words here and there or phrases or suggest something to them. But they're mostly really good songwriters, both Kombonka and KS.
Lyrics part.
Yeah, lyrically, yeah. So
Okay.
basically, when I compose, I write everything that I want in the song. So even a guitar part, I might write it with a piano, or a keyboard.
Okay.
And then I will explain this part to a local instrument player, say a kora player or a halam player or a sabar player or a guitar player, and then I'll tell them, this is what I want, but how can you take this to the next level?
Yeah.
I will invite them to, if they have, sometimes they will suggest something better to you, and we'll work together on achieving, that. Sometimes they will just literally play what I have written, and so we just put it in there. But also, I don't just work with local players. There are also very highly professionally trained Gambian musicians out there in the world who are West trained as well
They
as
are
home trained.
versatile. They are versatile.
Yeah, they're versatile. Yeah, and they can literally play exactly what you tell them, or they can add phrases here and there. So yes, we are flexible. I do write my own bits and let others play it, or I do also write my bits and guide others to play my bits in different variations that they think is better. Because I don't think I am the most knowledgeable person when it comes to music. So I am always willing to learn from the most local player to the most international player, so that's my approach when it comes to your question, working
another part
with
of composition
other
also
musicians.
is another part of composition also is interesting. That is, if you think there is a kind of a music that was produced before and you want to reproduce it, and you can be able to seek for you can seek to get that sound, and then you can now produce it in another way. Do you normally do that also?
Yes. Okay. There is two different. I think there are two answers to your question.
Okay.
One of them is you hear a style of music and you know someone who plays that style of music. They've been playing it before, and you want the same style in a piece you're working on, and you go to them directly to come because they know the style. They bring it to you. An example of that is a song that I just finished, which is "Falling in Love." It is a song by Kombonka featuring Miss Jovis, right? So there is a style of bass, manding bass playing and manding drumming that I hear in Jaliba's music quite a lot, Jaliba Kuyate, that I really wanted in this song. So what I did is I went to Jaliba's band, you know, and I played this song for some of the players, and I told them, I gave them a few songs from Jaliba's catalog, and I said, I want something similar to this, not exactly, but similar to this, that this kind of feel I want in this song. And then I sent them off to a studio, and they played something really, really amazing, which although was not exactly as what I wanted from the kind of feeling I get from Jaliba songs, but they played something really close, really nice. So that is one way of doing it. Now the other way is you hear something in someone's song that you want exactly in your song. You go and pay for the license to use it. You know,
Yeah.
it depends. You seek the author's permission or the composer's permission through an agent or an online service or wherever they have registered the song to sell the license to other people to use it, like in form of a remix. Or I'm sure Yuva will touch upon this kind of topic because this is his department. But basically, you can go and pay a license to use a melody from someone's song, and you put it in your song. Either you get somebody to play exactly the same thing again with a different instrument. Maybe I want the Despacito melody, but I want a halam to play it. So I pay to I pay to use the melody, but I get my own instrument players to play it. You understand?
Yeah.
You know, that is the second option. But I rather always go with the first option. Say, I want this kind of feel. I get people who are experts in that area to come and give me something new, or something similar.
Meaning improvisation. Instead of replicating, you improvise.
Improvise or even recreate, but with a different, on a different scale, on a different style. Obviously, not just transposing someone's melody to a different scale, but playing your own stuff. You can have an Arabic scale. You can play, you can play any melody on an Arabic scale. It will still sound Arabic because this is an Arabic scale. Okay, so I might like the Arabic style of composition, but I want a different melody from Mahmoud Habasi's song, or I don't know who that is, but it's just a name that came up. So I can get some of his players to come and play a similar style from one of his songs, but play a different melody for me. Or I can even give them a melody. I can even give them a melody from an Arabic scale and say, play this style, because a style is not just the notes. A style is where you put the tremolo, where you put a slide, how long you catch some notes, all that contribute to a style of music. So I can say I want this style, but with a different melody. That is another option you can do.
Yeah, I understand that, because even the traditional songs that will move out of public domain, particularly the traditional Gambian songs or the ones originating from Mali, you will see that Mamadou Bitiki is a track, but this track style, you will have different artists over the years. They will all play the same style, but in a different scale and different melody.
So, like Miniamba, how many versions of
Miniamba also, genau.
Yeah,
Miniamba
also, but it is still
Miniamba. Kumba Gaulo, even my friend King Kora, and then quite a lot of people from Mali also, they all play this Miniamba. So because the trend goes, but about the styles, they are always different. I like that part.
Exactly.
Now I
A
want
good
to
example of that. Let me give you a good example of that. You know Suntu Suso, the kora player.
Suso, yeah.
Suntu has a song called Minyomba, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He came to my studio. I was composing my own version of Minyomba, and he played kora for me. But my version is completely different from his version. But they
Yeah.
are both Minyomba songs. I played mine with a five chord within a chord progression, and he played his with 4 chords. So,
Okay.
but you know, like they're still both Minyomba, and each of them, if you listen, they are Minyomba in their own rights.
In
But
their
they
own
are,
rights,
the
yeah.
melodies are different. The scale we played on is different, and you know, it is still the same instrument playing it and the same player. So even the same player can play 2 different variations of the same thing.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like that. I like that. That is good knowledge over
exactly.
there. And now
Yes.
I go to Yuva. Yuva, you have had what Malang is saying, and then as a distributor, he's a distribution service provider who is providing musical content into platforms around the world that are doing streaming, and but notably digital services allowing users to upload content of copyright. They need to have copyright filters. How do you go about with that, Yuba? With all Malang was saying, when you are uploading now, so you know the content that you are required to put there, so you are also required to make that copyright filter. How do you find those challenges in your work, Yuba, with regards to the Gambia? I think we are not getting Yuva. I don't know.
Oh, sorry, yes. What, you getting me now?
Yeah, I'm getting you now, Yuba. Yuba, Malang was saying some very
No, no, yeah, yes. I've already got what he's saying. So what I'm saying, the first time I encountered this was when Gizul was signed to Universal Music. So when I was
Universal Music.
trying to, yeah, for distribution. So when we are doing the release for the album, so normally I will submit different forms. You know, the label copy, the clearance form, the rights and acquisition form, and then the legal name. So anytime they will make sure I submit original content, or if there is a melody or sample, there's also a studio session form, and there's a sample form. So I will just have to, if the song was sampled from somewhere, I will have to mention it. The sample from this song, artist, the artist name, the feature, and year it was released. So if we have the rights to release this song or to use it, I will have to provide that form as well. So they will so that they will submit it the songs to digital platform, because the moment they check there's a copyright infringement on it, they will delete the song, and then they will, maybe the owners will press charges or legal issues. So what happens here is anytime I get music released from artists here, I make sure I listen to it first. So if there is anything that I feel like this is sampled somewhere, I'll tell you, you know what, I will make sure you get a paper form that says that gives you the right, to use this this part of the song of this individual, or this and that, so we can proceed with the release. Because all these DSPs, the moment you submit a song that's been sampled or has a song that is already in use, even if it's a beat, they will detect it and they will remove your song unless
Correct.
you provide a paper, a paperwork that means that give you the guarantee to use that 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 piece of that body of work.
Yeah, because they are looking into the report of the user generated content. Because so in so doing, they want to know who is the copyright owner of whatsoever song that you are putting there, because you as the distributor, you are you are uploading content, and they want to know whether this content is infringed or it is from someone else. And that is the reason why we were talking to Malang about the compositions of some of the productions that he is doing for his artists and internationally. And you can hear from him that, he tried to make sure that everything is coming original from him. And then
he gets the license.
So I just want you to, those forms, you have access to them. And then when artists are coming to you for them to sign a contract, what do you sign with them? How do you know that as a distributor? How do you try to find out to know this sound is not infringed or this sound is original from this particular artist? Do you have any experts that helps you in that domain?
No, personally, there's a platform I use for distribution. There's a platform I use. So anytime I upload a song, and they will automatically, before it passes their office or their database to these, and it is sent to these stores. For example, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, etc. Blah blah blah. They have this machine that detects song. For example, just a quick example, like YouTube. If you are running a channel and then you upload a music video or a song that is protected, that is already on YouTube database print, the moment you upload it, they will either mute your video. If I want example now, for instance, let me give you. If you want to use T, the song Pull Up feature is something and upload it on your channel, they will send you. I make sure I monetize it. So they will send you a notification straight up telling you this. You cannot. If your channel is monetized, you are not gaining anything from this song because it's being protected by YouTube Content ID.
Exactly.
Same thing happens with Spotify. The moment you upload a song that has a certain part, even if there's an instrument or a voice, they will tell you this is owned by this particular person. So the DSPs will come back to you as the distributor and tell you that this song is this and that. It has copyrighted content on it. So you have to provide a right form which give you the right to use that song. If you don't have, you go and clear it with the rightful owner. If not, they delete the song from their database.
So now we are talking. So we can see that the importance with regards to music business and copyright, so they are interrelated and they go concurrently with regards to the revenue stream that is happening, on the streaming platforms. I just want to go to Malang. Malang.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in your compositions, how do you make sure that the composition rights, like the neighboring rights and all that, you have learned them? How do you how do you normally try to maintain that so that you don't fall into that trap? And how do you advise your artists, the ones working with you?
Well, basically, we do only original compositions. So yeah, only original compositions. So we do the I produce the songs basically. I have sometimes we also contract songs out, because it's we are working on albums, so we want to have varieties of things, but I am pretty much the executive producer, so I tried everything to be original composition. So even if we buy a beat from a local producer, for example, we want evidence that it is your production. So exactly. you will have to send your session to us. We pay for all this, by the way. If any producer I've ever worked with, you ask them, we pay pretty well. We because we demand a lot to make sure your production is actually yours.
So what about if the producer wants to insist to hold on to the rights that he is the composer?
Oh yes, of course, he is the composer.
So you remain
even if we buy a beat from you, I make it clear to you, that it's your composition. If you wrote the melody, you own the the authorship to that. So basically whatever music we put out, everybody who owns whatever on it owns it, you
It's
know.
mentioned.
But
It's mentioned
yeah,
clearly.
but of course, GSC Records owns the recording, you know, because that's how it works. So if you write a song, you own the copyright to the song. If you wrote a melody, you own the copyright to the melody. But the record label you're signed to or the producer you're signed to, they own the recording. So this is actually something that a lot of musicians I've come across don't actually know. That
No,
there are two.
I just want to clear that you are very right, because
Yeah.
it comprises of two elements.
Yes.
That is the recording rights, and also
Yeah.
which is the production itself, the recording right of the
Yes.
production, and also the music right, the song right. So the
The
song right
songwriters.
is
The
split
songwriters.
into the lyrics and also the melodies, and then like if you are
Yeah.
making the lyrics and the melodies, you
So
have the
this is
singer.
where
The singer is
this,
giving the lyrics, but again, the
yeah.
melodies, you can have a couple of instrumental players who will all contribute into the melody of the sound. So all
Yeah.
these
So
instrumental players also must have to have, like, they must be registered to say they are part of the composition.
yes, the problem with that in Gambia is a lot of these guys are not registered anywhere. It actually created quite a few problems for me. I put songs out up to today. There are some musicians and instrument players here that I still get emails of CD Baby asking me to put in their collecting society details, for
Mhm.
their royalties. It actually made push me to kind of be careful who I work with, because a lot, it's like you're giving away. You don't even know how to accord them royalties because they are not registered anywhere. You know,
So are
it
we
makes you.
saying they are giving their exclusive rights, or like
Yeah,
for
so
singers?
so they own copyright. You could own a copyright to something and not ever and never ever benefit from it, because
Exactly.
why? You don't even have a channel through which you will get paid your royalties. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah,
So
I
if you
understand.
if you assign to a label, for example, and you give them all the rights, they collect,
Mhm.
like maybe for example, like Yuva is doing a lot of I don't know, should I say help or favor for a lot of people who
Favor.
might not have ever got paid from their music because
Exactly.
who collects for them? Where do they collect? Because Gambia, we're still not we still don't have a collecting society that
Collecting
can
society. Yeah.
function as per the
A
role of a
functional one.
collecting society.
It's not
Yeah.
functional. You are right. We
So
still don't have a
a lot of
collective society.
musicians
Yeah.
here, a lot of musicians here fall into this trap. Like I did a song for what's his name, Saint Petit Gale, Senegal.
Sympathy gala. Yeah.
Yeah, the song they did for Sadio Mane.
Yeah.
I produced that song, and on the split sheet which we signed, there is a Tama player who is getting paid for that song. You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
I
Yes.
am getting my percentage, of the recording as a producer. There is a Tama player on there. There is a lyrics writer on there, and different people on the split sheet. And I was like, wow, what look at these guys. They're getting paid for this. But in
Yes.
Gambia, how many Tama players go to the studio and record for people, and they get some change, and that's it.
Yeah.
They never get anything else. How many Sabar players? How many
No,
Kora players?
we will come to that,
This is
Malam.
why
Yeah.
it is important we really work together to set all this up. I've actually forgotten your your question, but these kind of things we really need to work on. So yes, okay. So basically, everything I do, I try to keep an original composition.
Okay.
Um, because it's really difficult to borrow anything from other Gambian musicians, because one, especially for those our elders who have traveled, you don't know who they have signed what contract with. You know,
Yeah.
you don't know what labels they were working with. So you
Hmm.
can sample their music, even if you pay for it. You have not contacted the right people. You can run into trouble.
Trouble.
You can
Exactly.
have a complete somebody somewhere chasing you for stuff. You know, so
exactly.
and of course they have the right to do so because this belongs to them. They sign an agreement with someone, you know. So you have to be careful. I can just jump onto somebody's album and take some idea from there, put it in the Kombonka's music, and next minute I am in trouble for it. And yes, I did the mistake because it is somebody's music. But again, if you go through the right channels, maybe you can avoid that. But how do you go through some of these right channels when you don't even have contact with the composer? You know, you don't know where they've registered the music, where you can go and search for, you know, for it to buy the license. You know, there are songs here that I have tried to sample in the past, and I can't even find the license to use them as a sample. You know, so it's best to stay well away from other people's music and try and do original compositions. If not, say in Senegal, for example, you can always go to I don't know if it's BSDA or something like that, and you ask to use a part of maybe a Youssou N'Dour song or a Daraji song or something like that, you know, and they'll tell you the procedure. You pay for it, and you get the license and you use it. This is why you get all these our D and them. They are remixing songs from some of the older generation. But the Gambia, we are quite unfortunate for that. You know, I can't just go and use any of the older generation songs because I will run into trouble. I don't know where to go in Gambia.
But you can do it.
I don't know where to go in Gambia.
Like you said, you can do it. You can seek for those records when you go through the right channel. If you go through the right channel and you give credit to them, you know, in the copyright, lies in the seed, in the work seed, and you claim that okay, the song belongs to so and so. It's beneficial to both parties.
And then the song goes out to Apple Music, YouTube, Spotify, whatever, and the DSPs detect that some company, some record label company in Germany somewhere actually owns this and that percentage of the song. And then, you know, where do you start all over again? You know what I mean? That is the problem. So, well, the difference is a lot of the Senegalese artists, they have their own, you know, functioning system in Senegal.
Collecting society.
So we need something in Senegal. When we say collecting society, copyright, and all this in Gambia, a lot of people think about money. It's not about the money. It's about even to how we can recycle the music legally.
Yeah, protection.
You know?
Protection and creating.
If we don't have these systems functioning, you know, and our people register our music on our own systems, managed on our own databases, I mean, we can't be 100% confident to go out there and just fill a form, pay what you should pay, and use the music, knowing that the owner will get paid, you will get paid, and no drama will follow you. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Thank you, Malang.
I don't know.
We will come back to you. We will come back to you, Yuva.
Okay.
Yes.
Yuva, I think you got what Malang is trying to say. So I just want to say, in your DSR, which is the distribution service report, how do you have the metadata? You know, like for instance, ISRC code and then the ISCC code. Do they give you that after uploading the sounds of these Gambian artists?
Yes. They normally give you your own codes. They will ask you if you have your own code, you put it, or if you don't have, they give you a ISRC code.
So if you don't have the code,
so the metadata the artist has to provide it for us. To me, that is the song, the cover art, and then all the information that I need for the song. That is the name of the song, title, producer, the songwriter, the lyrics, and then the cover art. So when they provide this, I upload, and then the platform I use, they normally give us codes, 3 codes. We don't have to buy.
So the codes will be given to you. So now in the reporting, because that will allow you for you to be able to know probably the remunerations, like the calculations. How do they report the calculations? You have them automatic from the system.
Yeah, it normally comes automatically from. They send you the raw data, and then the raw data how it comes, and then the payment. So if you want, you will calculate for yourself, or you go, or they give you the automatic. It comes into the raw data and then the final outcome, the final earnings of each song.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, from this period to this period.
That's quite good. Okay. Okay. But again, can you tell us specifically then the nature of contract that you sign with the artist for you to be able to do that for them? Because you also holds a copyright. You know, we were discussing about that, because you distributing them, so meaning putting them in that platform, so you also holds a copyright. At least about 40 to 50%. Some cases.
No. What basically what is
exclusive right, or which kind of rights are they giving you?
No, when I sign a contract, when we are signing a contract, you are giving us exclusive rights to use your song electronically. That is big to make sure we make this song.
Who is given exclusive right?
The artists are giving us exclusive right to use their songs,
okay,
to promote and to distribute electronically.
Okay, so they are giving you exclusive
right. Yes.
Okay.
For all electronically only. So anytime when someone uses the song on their videos or whatever they are doing on YouTube, digitally on any platform, we are paid because we own the rights.
Okay.
Understand?
Yeah.
So what happens is, so you give us the report when it comes in, there's an 80-20 split between us and the artist. You get 80% the artist, and we get 20%.
So in the contract, so they give you the exclusive rights. You distribute them to the online platforms and the streaming platforms, and then when money is generated, the artists take 80% and you take 20%.
Yes.
Wow! What a fair deal.
No, that's a fair deal. But that's the normal deal. So if you want promotion and marketing, if you want us to do this for you, then there's a different say split. It can be 30-70 or 60-40, depends. If you are bringing if you want us to.
Yeah, but in our wall, I think I will get to Malang. In our wall, artists are advised not to sell out their exclusive rights. Malang, can you what can you say about that?
First of all, I want to challenge my boss Yuva.
Yeah, I'm worried a little bit. Artists giving away their exclusive rights.
No, not on that part, but I think a lot of artists here, I don't know what their agreement is with the producers, but just look at that deal, that 20-80% deal there. The producers is completely cut out.
Yeah.
So what if the producer wrote the song? Like you have people like Uche made it. He writes for a lot of artists, he writes a lot of melodies in the song that he owns the copyright for those melodies because he wrote them. And here the problem is a lot of producers don't have any contract with artists. You cannot blame Yuva for that, though. You cannot blame distribution for that.
No.
That should have been sorted out. That should have
been
sorted out before the song gets to Yuva. Basically, the artist should come to Yuva and say, here is my song. I own 50% of it. Uche owns 50% of it because he did the production and I wrote the lyrics and blah, 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 blah. Okay. Yes, you paid for the song, but also, again, that is the other part. It depends also what the agreement is between the artist and the producer. So it could be
Malang. I was it's going to be interactive, so we will cut each other a little bit. What I asked you previously was that how did he identify the musics that are brought to him? So according to him, the verifications are done by the online platforms, but this online platform also don't know how it works in the Gambia, whether an instrumentalist was part of the composition or the producer was given the melody. So this is the gap here, like what you are saying. So just continue.
So basically, this is the other reason why we need this collecting society copyright, databases and DSPs here too. A lot of people argue that we don't need this, we don't need, we don't
need
have,
it.
we need it. We don't need it. It's not just for the money. Everybody knows royalty money is not a lot really, unless you are selling millions and millions of records. But we need these systems so people can have, people's musicians' rights can be respected, so people can be accorded the copyrights that they own properly. Even if they don't get the money from it today, their children's children in the future, these things can be transferred to them. This is why we need these systems here. You understand? Like, for example, like you were saying, there is a local Tama player who's been playing Tama for 20 years here. He has played probably thousands of songs, but he's not getting anything from
I just give you an example.
From those.
I just give you an example. When you go to GRTS, before the news hour in Mandinka, Wolof, and Fula, there is just a rhythm from Mandinka, just the kora, which plays before the news comes. We can all argue, who is that person? Nobody knows. But that person has done a great piece of music, which has been playing for more than 50 years on our radio station. At least even if it was 50 bututs, by now that person should have at least $1 million.
Exactly.
Let us be fair.
So like I was saying also, like even for example, I want a Tama player. I come to I meet someone and I say to them, so how can I listen to your previous work? If they are registered with someone somewhere and they have, something I can put on the internet, say allmusic.com, where you can go and check people's discography, Discog and stuff. Then I can see all their work, because even if they're not getting paid so much royalties, but you can go and actually listen to all what they've done before, because they have been put into the system, their names will be attached to every single piece that they've worked on. Then you can go on there and reference all what, listen to all what they've done before. But here you meet somebody who's been playing Sabbath for 30 years and you go, there's nowhere you can see their previous work. Because why? They're not registered anywhere. They're not on anybody's album anywhere. They're not on any, that is why we need these systems, these kind of things. What if that guy's name is put on the internet and it is found that he has worked on 500 albums, or 500 songs, and somebody somewhere in Hollywood, got the same information and they looked at this experience and they're wowed by it, it could be a chance for him to go and play on, like say, the movie Wakanda. Baba Mal played on it, There are some Tama players from Senegal who played Tama on it. All these things, you never know how they're found. Of course, if Bob Mal was in Senegal and his music has never been registered anywhere, his name has not been on anything on the internet, maybe it might not be him on that movie. Maybe it might not be him who gets nominated for a Grammy or something. So all these systems are good, not just for the money, for also record keeping. For also, database maintenance and many other things that are necessary in music,
Yeah, because even the synchronization fee, I see most of the time, some of the artists from the Gambia, their songs are used on advertisement cover seats in production, and then Malang. So at the end of the day, I just want to Yuva.
Yes.
So generally, it's not only putting the artist music on digital platforms, but are you also lobbying something for them in the Gambia with regards to the TV or radio stations giving their songs to them when they want to play, like the artists like Jisul and so, to protect?
Okay. Before I will go into that, there's something you mentioned about the producers. This and that. When I mentioned the 80%, I think that has to do because I've tried working with international producers, but let's say with Nigerian producers, well-known Nigerian producers. So I think that case is not about that's not the job of the distributor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It depends on. I think that depends on whatever the artist and the producer agree. like you said, Uche, yeah, he writes and all that. He used melodies and all that. So now that's where the publisher comes. That's where now the artist has to register themselves to publishers. You understand?
Yeah, that's exactly
the publishing deal. That's a whole.
I said you can't be blamed for that. If you listen, I said you can't blame the publisher. You can't blame.
Yeah, we cannot blame you for that.
Exactly what I said.
Yes, no, I was just trying to elaborate.
Elaborate,
yes, exactly.
He was elaborating.
Because what I receive is rights. The artist, at that point when the artist brings the product to me, it's like when he's bringing the product he's bringing the product to me.
Package.
Yes. That's at that point he's the right holder.
Yeah.
When he give me that product, if I upload it on this platform, from there I am the right holder to this product because the artist has licensed this product to me to use it.
Yeah, exactly.
Based on our agreement, is what I'm going to pay him. So mostly what happens here in the Gambia, for instance, like Malang said, Cyboy, Uche, and or Stylist, all these people. If Cyboy was, if he had a proper, well-structured music industry, do you know how many hits Cyboy has made?
That's what I'm talking
about. All the producer that's even closer to him. For instance, now all his compositions are going out for free. Artists are making money from it. That's what the producers know here is just you come, they pay you, you charge them $25,000, they pay, and then when the record is done, they go. You even help them. You help them write the lyrics.
They don't even pay that much. 25,000.
No. I know some charges.
We get it. Yeah.
I mean, from production. Yeah, from production to mixing and mastering and all that. You give the artist, he pays his money, he goes and earns more than that. So for instance, now when you ask for instance, let's say I have registered Jallow to a publisher, BMI. You understand? So now whenever I'm registering a work, the composition, I will always make sure it's only the lyrics that you own. If the song is produced by someone, I'll make sure the lyrics, I will not say music and lyrics, I'll only say lyrics. And then put in 100%.
Okay.
Understand? If it is 200%,
that's a safe bet that you are doing in that case. But you're doing that, Jallow, and this is why I said we need platforms like this so that we can be able to
clarify
educate,
all these
the musicians for them to understand, because this is very important. Now, your delegated artist is secured. But
no, it's not a dedicated artist. No, the thing here is I didn't even know about BMI. Someone sent it to me. I do A&R. Most of the artists that I work with, that I do distribution with, I'll tell you to send me this. Most of these people, when you tell you, example, to send me your email or password or send me your TIN number, they don't even have it. For instance, if I have to, I register myself as a publisher.
Exactly.
I register myself as a publisher on BMI.com. I can administer your publishing. You understand? But then you have to register yourself there first, because when you register, they will need your TIN number, your ID, your passport, everything.
Exactly.
And then
normally, if we
make sure any song that you are registering. Normally any song. If you are registering any song, they will ask you for the proof that you own the right or the right to the song. That is, if you say you write the lyrics, you bring proof you write it.
Okay.
If you compose it, so mostly sometimes he makes his own beat. You understand? He makes his own, now he does his own beat. So Cyborg will detect this. So anytime, or in cases like that, I'll just put 200% because he owns the composition and he owns the lyrics.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now that's the thing. I think all these producers, they just give out their rights anyhow. So that's why I always advise them, register yourself to a publisher. They will administer your publishing. That is how you will protect your work. So for instance, like what Mala was saying earlier regarding CD Baby. Yes, CD Baby, when you use, I tried to work with them before, but we didn't reach an agreement. You understand? So what they do is, for yourself, they can publish, they can they have publishing on their platform. They can administer your publishing if you don't have a publisher. So anytime you will see license to YouTube by CD Baby, example, blah blah KS, the song by public on behalf of CD Baby, on behalf of VSC Records, and at the end you will see another bracket publishing.
Yeah, that's right. P. Yeah.
Publishing.
Yeah.
So that's where most of these producers, that's where you are supposed to be paid. You know, so example, just a week ago, I was chatting with I was having a conversation with TMX. So he said he produced on Fireboy's album. He had produced on Tiwa Savage album, Burna Boy, and he engineered the sound. So like I asked them, so I have these 3 songs that I want you to be featured. Jizzle featured this artist from Nigeria. So I want you to co-produce it with Jizzle. It's Jizzle's bit. Yeah. And he was telling me, okay, this is it. This is our charge. This is my charges, and this is my percentage from publishing.
Okay.
And then this is my percentage from earnings.
Yeah, but
from the streams.
Yeah.
So like I was like, okay, so we are paying you, and then you are earning from publishing. You are earning from the streaming.
Yeah. So that's basically the split sheet.
That is the right way. Malang, can you elaborate on it? Because I think that is the right way. Because I was telling you 3 days ago that he have almost like 40 to 50% in some cases for publishing, for being a distributor. But again, the other rights, the neighboring rights with regards to the composition goes strictly to the musicians themselves, my only worry is giving away the exclusive right. But in this case, I can understand you are placing them to get into the
any distributor,
and at the same time getting return for money. So you know, when you agree on a percentage, that percentage also is fair in my view. But Malang.
Yes, sir.
Malang.
Yes, sir.
Establishing a collecting society of the Gambia. The Gambia have enacted the copyright regulations in the Gambia. The Gambia have enacted the Copyright Act in the Gambia. So the question is, why is it that stakeholders in the entertainment industry of the Gambia, we always call it the entertainment industry, why are we not working towards establishing a collective management organization?
I think one of the biggest reasons is ignorance. Ignorance is not an insult. You know, a lot of our people actually don't like when you say these things, but ignorance in the sense that we don't really know its true benefits. You know, when you say collecting society, what the first thing some artists will tell you is the efforts, you know, that is going to be put into setting it is not worth the money that it will bring. Like I was explaining before, it's not just, we need, these systems are not just for the money, you know, they are there for you know, to keep a good database. They're there to create, you know, to set a foundation for the next generation to carry on. Yeah, to carry on. And they are also part of the structures of a music industry, whether they are useful, useless, or whatever you think they are. A music industry, you know, in a country is not complete without all these systems, because they are part of it. You can't say, because I don't use the boot that much, I don't need you know, I don't need the boot what's it called, cover for the car. It's part of the car. It completes it, you know. So we need these things, whether they are, I mean, like whether they are bringing us money or not. We need them. We need to set them up. But I want to touch up on that thing Yuva was saying. You know, that you know, giving the percentage, all the percentage to the artist, and obviously nothing to the producers. My advice to Gambian producers, if they're going through that, will be to try and register with somebody like Yuva, you know, register with Yuva as an artist, you know, as a producer. You can register with him as an artist, because you are an artist too.
No, Malang. I want to interject. Let me call my boss. I want to interject. I want Yuba to be effective, and the best way for Yuba to be effective is there should be a collecting society of the Gambia, and Yuba is going to be the technician. Yuba, are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm getting you. But I think my time.
Yeah, the collecting society is going to employ you, and then your job is going to be like the DSP Dexman, and then all the music that they're going to verify and then hold copyrights to. Then you place them, and then you get your money. I think
we are running out of time, Carl. You know, it's time for Maghrib prayer here, so we might need to hurry up a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, I think at the moment, because we do not have this collecting society functioning, there's nothing stopping producers from registering with somebody like Yuva or something like that.
Exactly.
And then whenever an artist comes to your studio, make sure you get a split sheet. On this split sheet, make sure you make it clear your percentage on royalties, your percentage of ownership of copyright of the song, your percentage of everything about the song. If you look at the split sheet, it will tell you the different parts that anybody can own. And then when they submit this song to Yuva, make sure you have a signed copy of this split sheet also delivered to Yuva. So when Yuva is according people whatever monies, you also get your share from it, you know. Mm-hmm. If not, in the future, even Yuva can get into trouble, because if people sign these things with producers in the studio, and then they come and tell Yuva they own 100% of this song, and Yuva put it out and give it to them 100%, they can later on take not Yuva but the artist to court. But obviously, because these things are put out through Yuva,
interrelated,
it will cost him a lot of time with administration, because people are going to ask him at court to produce this and this and this, that and that and that, this time, that time, and it's going to create him a lot of hassle. So I think Yuva himself should stand up to implement this, like call producers to a meeting, let's do a conference, all of us. Let's do like a music production, music industry seminar. Let's talk about these things. Let's tell producers they can register with the plug. They can register with the plug and get percentages for royalties and all these things. If they produce a track for example, KS, and KS give Yuva to distribute for him, Yuva can say, okay, 25% belongs to the producer on the split sheet, blah, blah, blah. He is also registered to the plug. Okay, let's do this way. It will, I think something like that will help, boost the confidence in producers also as well, because there's a lot of producers here that are really struggling, and that 25,000 that Yuva said is only maybe 1 or 2 producers that get paid that. The rest, there was a producer that sent me a beat yesterday. I am asking how much the beat is. He said, no, I just want KS to sing on it. I am struggling to get big artists to sing on my song. I said, no, come to the studio. Let us talk about your beat. Let us make sure it is 100% your production, and you tell us your fee. We will pay you, and then you still own the copyright. He couldn't believe it. He was like, really? What? I said, yeah, that's how it should be. You should get paid, and at the same time, you should have a percentage. In UK we say producer points. So if you have 10 points, on the thing, whatever percentage a point is, you add that up, you get that. Even A&Rs are now getting points on songs. You are an A&R because I brought you to the studio. I want 5% of royalties.
And
that's it. You get it. So royalties is
I'm getting payment for songs
what do you say to that suggestion, that proposal Malang is giving? Because I was trying to sell that out to say at the moment, because we don't have an operational CMO, it will be worthwhile for these artists to register with you, both producers, musicians, instrumental players, and then you can pick it up from there.
Yeah, like when I announced that we are doing free music distribution now for all artists, we also announced we can administer your compositions. In a sense, you give us a copy, a legal right or whatever right form that means you own it, and then we can use that and then administer your publications. Then, and depending on whatever you agree with the artist, if you are doing distribution for this artist, we make sure you get your cut. You know, we make sure you get your cut. After we have take out our 20%, the artist is getting 80%. But in return, now that will turn to 100%. So that 80%, the artist, depending on whatever he agrees with the producer, we are going to cut that percentage from that 80 and pay the artist.
Correct.
And then on the publishing side, I'm a publisher. I will administer whatever you've made when your song is being used on any radios worldwide, or any song, any video, or any movie, or anywhere the music is being used. That the production side, the composition side, if you are paid, we make whenever we receive those royalties, you are paid based on that as well. Because we have to enlighten. The reason why I said last time we are talking about copyright, this and that. If you don't work here, unless the people, the artists, the stakeholders, everyone, me, you, X, Y, Z, understands how these things works. You know, like when Malang said,
ignorance.
What Malang said, like if you talk about copyright or collecting society royalties, they will think, oh, anytime my song is being played on radio, I have to be paid. It doesn't work like that. You know, if you register your song to a collecting society, to a publisher, that is a collecting society. You understand? For example, if you have a collecting society in the Gambia, if you register yourself through that, and then these radios, they get licensed to use these songs on their radios. It doesn't necessarily mean anytime a radio play your song, you have to be paid. This is what they don't understand. Or maybe, okay, like last time you mentioned, it's Trace paying my artist. You know, because even all these TV stations, international TV stations, Trace, MTV, whatever, you pay them to play your music for promotion. That's promotion. Yeah,
but that is the broadcasting. Yuva, I can come there. The broadcasting right and the lancing is there. But again, there can be what you call agreement. In the Gambia, when there is a publisher, a strong one, or a collecting society, they can make an agreement. They can tell the Gambia TV that, okay, we're going to give you 1,000 songs. You can play whatever you like in a year. But out of that year, we want you to pay us 500,000 Gambian dollars. So that is why the collecting society is there to do negotiations and then agreements, because it's a business. Something like that.
Because because there was this time I was on at home, and then I accidentally passed, and then I had a TV station here, local TV, playing Jizzle song Bali. You know, because I understand, because they have their TVs available digitally. So I know I'm licensed to use that product digitally.
Yes.
I'm the right holder. So I reached out to them. I told them to take it down straight up. And the following day, they didn't even ask, because the individual that I reached out knows these rights. And then they automatically take it down.
Wow.
You know, because for instance, if there was a publisher, okay, let me give another example. 3 months ago, we were discussing the Universal Music Publishing in France, the biggest music publishing company. So we were talking about they wanted to offer Jizzle a deal, you know, and then all this blah blah. There was a fee that they would give the artist first, and then this amount, and then blah blah. You pay this amount, and this one is for you for free, you know. And they said they are going to recoup that money from publishing. If the contract ends, and then if the contract ends, they will only receive it from publishing, not from streaming. I was like, okay, but Gambia, we don't have a collective society. They said yes, and performance rights, blah, and through the publishing comes in the mechanical rights and then the performance right.
Exactly.
Yes. So they said, they said, okay, Gambia is okay. You can perform anywhere. You can be booked. They are not going to recoup. The only time they are going to recoup if Jizzle is booked in UK or in France or in Europe or even in Senegal, because they are working with the CMO in Senegal. Yeah, so they said if he's performed, he's paid, but they are not going to recoup from his booking fee. They are only going to recoup from the performance right when he performed that song on that festival.
Exactly.
Because he owns the right. That's when they are going to collect. But now we have shows, we have events every year. Like these artists, foreign artists comes here, they perform, and the artists, they go, but they cannot collect. Their publishers cannot collect in the Gambia because we don't have an existing copyright. So these are the things the artists, everybody within the industry have to understand. We have to make sure we set that up. It's not only, okay, now if we have a collecting society, if you go to Europe and perform, the collecting society and make sure with your partners in Europe, you are being paid for performing, or for that festival for using your song, or for that TV station for using your song.
Exactly.
For instance, there's a drama going on. There's this drama, I think in the UK or Germany. They are using Gambian songs, but the artists are not being paid. But the producers of the show are making money from it.
Exactly, because they are not given the seat to fill the form because there is no collecting society. But if we have the CMO in the Gambia, they will sign a reciprocal agreement, and this reciprocal agreement will enable them to enter into agreement with other collecting societies. Brothers, thank you so much for coming. I just want both of you to say your last words. We agree on a music seminar to take place in the Gambia where artists can be able to share knowledge, experiences, and ideas about the music industry. So I will put that to you and Malang. You know, if you guys could be able to organize yourselves, we can do something. It can be online, it can be also physical in the Gambia, and then we continue on the advocacy to build a vibrant music sector in the Gambia. So my guest, Malang, your last words before Maghrib prayers.
Yes, it's, we are almost late. I want to say thank you very much for bringing us on board, and I want to thank Yuva also for making time from his busy schedule to come and share with all of us. I love to learn from everyone, so I've learned a lot from yourself, Carl, from Yuva, and the whole music industry. I think we are definitely moving towards the right direction because 15, 20 years ago, there was no the plug here. Now there is the plug.
Nothing like that. Yeah.
So I think we just need to do more advocacy. We need to, like you were saying, this music industry seminar. Myself, I've spoke to Hakeem about it, and many other producers and people in the stakeholders in the industry. I think it's time we do it. Even if it's once, twice a year, we need to catch up in a round table, invite a lot of people, and then talk about these things and, try and put some things into action, because we are way behind Ghana, Nigeria, Senegal, even Senegal, that is next to us.
It's not even Senegal. They have.
But if you look at it, Senegalese musicians used to come here and learn from, our elders in the past.
That was history. That was history.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So we should have been at least, close to them by now, but we are
I agree.
behind.
I totally agree.
So I think this younger generation, we have the passion to, for things like that. I'm not saying the older generation don't have it before some people start to attack me. But what I'm saying is we have a more digital world. We're in a better digitally equipped world now. Yes, and we can reach places and talk to people a lot faster. So we should not be lazy about these things. We should get up and make things happen, So thank you very much for having us.
Thank you, Malang. And Yuva, your last words. Yuva, it was very educative with you tonight. Yuva, your last words to our viewers.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Like I said, we have a lot to do as a music industry. We came a long way, and then we have a long way to go, digitally, and then payment-wise and everything. How we can set up a proper music industry, because I think that way everybody involved will be paid, will be earning money from it. So if not right now, I think it's only the artists that are earning not much from streaming, but I think they are the only one who have secured their work, that has protected their work right now, and then from the compared to the producers, because you don't know who might be listening to your music in the future, how you are going to blow in the future and all that. For instance, let's say look at Babu Fast, the impact it has in Senegal. He was not registered, and then how much money he has lost through it and all that. So we have to consider all this. But like you said, I think I was talking with someone some time ago. I think they are working on having a seminar workshop with stuff like this, and hopefully I'll be involved, inshallah. So whatever it is, yeah, Luda has kind of that over. So we will talk more on that. But yeah, we definitely need this before we can put this copyright and everything into, because if this thing comes in place and the stakeholders, the people, the artists, the producers, the guitar, the instrumentalists, the show organizers, doesn't understand why this thing is in place, I think it will be useless. You understand?
Wow.
So we have to make sure all this.
20 years, ñu easy coffee policy ñoo ko dee enforce dafa enforce by force ñëpp dañoo dem tëdda waaye anyway anyway you are right. We need to spread the knowledge first before the implementation, before the enforcement. Yeah, but thank you so much for coming, Yuva, and I think we're going to have multiple times where we will be talking here to share knowledge with the public and especially the artistic fraternity. Malang, I want to thank you so much also, my brother, for coming forward.
You're welcome, sir.
This was so educative. Thank you so much. As we try to ensure we build a vibrant music industry in the Gambia. I thank you once again. I want to thank our technical crew, Mr. Dabo, and then Mr. Jata, Fatu. Fatu, I want to thank you so much. And then Paos, the CEO of Gambian Talents TV. Until we come your way next time, I want to say bye-bye. Kalilu Banja.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.